trouble. Alright, let me do it real quick. What's up, guys?
What up?
Alright, hold on, let me tweet it really quick. I hope you guys read chapter 3, because we're skipping it. Well, I already read it. That was the plan, if you were here last week. Oh, wait, you weren't here last week. You were here 2 weeks ago, because I skipped last week.
That song. Well, I've been in one of these. Just want to say hey before you guys get into my intention to read it. So, yeah. And I just got a 100 on my physics quiz. So,
Oh, congratulations. Yeet.
just kind of tell me.
Nash aced his first physics exam 100%.
He Googled it low key.
Definitely Googled it. Low key.
Alright, if you're bored. YouNow.com. So, I remember Carter was on YouNow once, and I was like, do they still pay you? And everyone was like, they pay you? And Carter was like no one really heard it, and then Carter like pulled it down, but they could still see him. He was like, shut the fuck up. And like they were all making fun of him. He made it worse for himself. It was so funny. Alright. HTTPS.
Okay.
Alright. Are you guys ready? This is Yosh. He's going to read along. He's here to help me pronounce words that I don't know, and just because he's Yosh and he lives with us. So that's who he is. I'm Cameron. My name is Cameron. This is my book club. Welcome.
It's awesome.
And we're reading The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. And we're on chapter 4. So, should start now. Yep. I'm going to take a quick sip of my Fiji water.
Cheers, buddy. Iced coffee. Probably looks weird.
Cool.
A couple people that's not really asking.
It's probably crashing. Is it loading? Can you hear me? That wasn't a sip. My bad. My bad, bruh.
Yeah.
It wasn't a sip. It was a
Bruh.
gulp. It was a couple. Bruh. Me and Yosh went to the U.S. Open yesterday, so I got this. Pretty fun.
So,
We got to walk around and just enjoy. It's fun. Are you guys ready? Do you guys all have your books? So we're about to start reading. I took the cover off too because it's just annoying. Looks cool like this anyways. So we are on chapter 4. I hope you guys read chapter 3. Because if you didn't, that's the problem. But anyways, chapter 3 is basically, it's like that. Her half birthday, she goes to the mall with her friend. She's like 25 years old, like some like British. She's like really smart, so she like puts on like a British accent to sound more sophisticated. And like they go shopping, and basically she just wants to be like alone because she's really tired. So she tells her friend that she's leaving, that she wants to leave, and her friend goes okay, and then she just goes to a different store and like lets her mom still pick her up 2 hours later. So right now she's reading, I think, I'm not sure. Yep, and she's reading a book about this guy. It's like a general. He's a general, and he gets like shot 19 or 17 times trying to protect this girl. and she just spoiled the book, saying, because you would assume that he dies, but he's the main character in the book, so he ends up living. She messes it up for us.
Must be a really tough guy.
Yeah, I took 3 shots
I took 4.
before, but I recovered in like a week.
Week and 1 day for me.
Yeah.
You always have to stop me.
All right, bruh, are you guys ready? I love you too, Michaela and Alessandra. All right, we're gonna start reading. Cool. You see, pretty what Elijah's on.
Yeah, everyone's talking about it.
Oh, is it really?
Saw like 10 people read it.
This is a bad time to do.
It's all good. Let's get it.
All right, whatever. All right, let's start reading. Okay. Chapter 4. Let me get another sip. Or not times 4. Or not 4 times, actually. Okay. I went to bed a little early that night, changing into my boy boxers and a t-shirt before crawling under the covers of my bed, which was queen size and pillow topped, and one of my favorite places in the world. And then I started reading An Imperial Affliction for the millionth time. AIA is about this girl named Anna, who narrates the story, and her one-eyed mom. To all you people with one-eyed moms,
This one's for you.
this one's for you. Who is a professional gardener, obsessed with tulips, and they have a normal lower middle class life in a little central California town until Anna gets this rare blood cancer. But it's not a cancer book, because cancer books suck. Like in cancer books, the cancer person starts a charity that raises money to fight cancer, right? And his commitment to charity reminds the cancer person of the essential goodness of humanity and makes him/her feel loved and encouraged because he/she will leave a cancer-curing legacy. But in AIA, Anna decides that being a person with cancer who starts a cancer charity is a bit narcissistic. So she starts a charity called the Anna Foundation for people with cancer who want to cure cholera?
Yeah? Cholera?
I don't know how to pronounce that
Cholera?
word.
Cholera?
Cholera. Anyways, cholera. So, talking about Anna. Cool. Also, Anna is honest about all of it in a way that no one else really is. Throughout the book, she refers to herself as the side effect, which is just totally correct. Cancer kids are essentially side effects of the relentless mutation that made the diversity of life on Earth possible. So as the story goes on, she gets sicker, the treatments and diseases racing to kill her, and her mom falls in love with this Dutch tulip trader Anna calls the Dutch Tulip Man. The Dutch Tulip Man has lots of money and very eccentric ideas about how to treat cancer. But Anna thinks this guy might be a con man and possibly not even Dutch. And then just as the possibly Dutch guy and her mom are about to get married, and Anna is about to start this crazy new treatment regimen involving wheatgrass and low doses of arsenic, the book ends right in the middle of a... I know. It's very literary. It's a very literary decision and everything, and probably part of the reason I love the book so much. But there is something to recommend a story that ends. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And if I can't end, then it shouldn't. At least wait. Right. And if it can't end, then it shouldn't at least continue into perpetuity like the adventures of Staff Sergeant Max Mayhem's platoon. I understood the story ended because Anna died or got too sick to write, and this mid-sentence thing was supposed to reflect how life really ends and whatever. But there were characters other than Anna in the story, and it seemed unfair that I would never find out what happened to them. I'd written, care of his publisher, that makes sense, care of his publisher, a dozen letters to Peter Van Houten, each asking for some answers about what happens after the end of the story. Whether the Dutch tulip man is a con man, whether Anna's mother ends up married to him, what happens to Anna's stupid hamster, which her mom hates, whether Anna's friends graduate from high school, all that stuff. But he never responded to any of my letters. AIA was the only book Peter Van Houten had written, and all anyone seemed to know about him was that after the book came out, he moved from the United States to the Netherlands and became kind of reclusive. I imagine that he was working on a sequel set in the Netherlands, maybe Anna's mom and the Dutch tulip man ending up moving there and trying to start a new life. But it had been 10 years since An Imperial Affliction came out, and Van Houten hadn't published so much as a blog post. I couldn't wait forever. As I reread that night, I kept getting distracted imagining Augustus Waters reading the same words. I wondered if he'd liked it. I wondered if he'd like it, or if he'd dismiss it as pretentious. Then I remembered my promise to call him after reading The Prince of Dawn. So I found out his number on the title page and texted him. Prince of Dawn review. Too many bodies. Not enough adjectives. How's AIA? He replied a minute later. As I recall, you promised to call when you finished the book, not text. So I called. Hazel Grace, he said upon picking up. So have you read it? Well, I haven't finished it. It's 641 pages long. And I've had 24 hours. That's so true. I don't get how people can read books people read books really quick.
My wife.
How quick just read books?
Book a day. Every day.
Book a day?
Every day. On her Kindle. Every day.
Oh my gosh. By the way, we're on page 51 of The Fault in Our Stars, if you guys are following along. Yeah. And she just called Augustus. So, see if they flirt, which they probably, well, they already really are. That's good. I like that. He's like, you promised to call. People always do
Not
that.
text.
No, people will do that. Like, you tell them to call, and like they text you because they're too nervous or something like that.
That's true.
You played her.
Yeah.
He said, no, you have to call me. You want this?
Call.
You call.
Don't text. Call.
Calling is always better than texting.
Don't text. Call.
It's like so much faster. You wait 5 minutes for them to text back when you're in a rush. All right, back to the book. Well, I haven't finished it. It's 641 pages long, and I haven't. Oh, 651 pages long, and I've had 24 hours. How far are you? 4:53. And I will withhold the judgment until I finish. However, I will say that I'm feeling a bit embarrassed to have given you The Prince of Dawn. Don't be. I'm already on Requiem for Mayhem, a sparkling addition to the series. So, okay. Is the tulip guy a crook? I'm getting a bad vibe from him. No spoilers, I said. If he is anything other than a total gentleman, I'm going to gouge his eyes out. So you're into it. Withholding judgment, when can I see you? Certainly not until you finish An Imperial Affliction. I enjoyed being coy. Then I'd better hang up and start reading. You better, I said. And the line clicked dead without another word. Flirting was new to me. Called it flirting.
But I liked it.
Flirting was new to me, but I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning I had 20th century American poetry at MCC. This old woman gave me a lecture wherein she managed to talk for 90 minutes about Sylvia Plath without ever once quoting a single word of Sylvia Plath. When I got out of class, Mom was idling at the curb in front of the building. Did you just wait there the entire time? I asked, as she hurried around to help me haul my cart and tank into the car. No, I picked up the dry cleaning and went to the post office. And then, I have a book to read, she said. And I'm the one who needs to get a life. I smiled. and she tried to smile back, but there was something flimsy in it. After a second, I said, "Want to go to a movie?" "Sure. Anything you've been wanting to see?" "Let's just do the thing where we go and see whatever starts next." She closed the door for me and walked around the driver's side. We drove over to the Castleton Theater and watched a 3D movie about talking gerbils. So he probably wrote this during, Three Gerbils? The movie came out, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Okay.
It came out in 3D, so I'm guessing he's referencing that to this. He's probably not, but I'm going to make that assumption.
I'll go with it.
It was kind of funny, actually. When I got out of the movie, I had 4 text messages from Augustus. "Tell me my copy is missing the last 20 pages or something." Hazel Grace. Tell me I have not reached the end of this book. Oh my God, do they get married or not? Oh my God, what is this? I guess Anna died, and so it just ends? Cruel. Call me when you can. I hope all's okay. So when I got home, I went out into the backyard and sat down on this rusting lattice patio chair and called him. It was a cloudy day, typical Indiana, the kind of weather that boxes you in. Our little backyard was dominated by my childhood swing set, which was looking pretty waterlogged and pathetic. Is that right?
Yeah.
Waterlogged. Augustus picked up on the 3rd ring. "Hazel Grace," he said. I like how it says Hazel Grace.
I like that name.
Hazel Grace. "So, welcome to the sweet torture of reading an Imperial." I stopped, and I heard a violent sobbing on the other end of the line. "Are you okay?" I asked. "I'm grand," Augustus answered. "I am, however, with Isaac, who seems to be
Decompensating?
Oh, yeah. I am, however, with Isaac, who seems to be decompensating. More wailing, like the death cries of some injured animal. Gus turned up his attention to Isaac. Dude, does support group Hazel make this better or worse?" "Isaac, focus on me." After a minute, Gus said to me, "Can you meet us at my house in, say, 20 minutes? "Sure," I said, and hung up. If you could drive in a straight line, it would only take like 5 minutes to get from my house to Gus's house. But you can't drive in a straight line because Holiday Park is between us. Even though it was a geographic inconvenience, I really liked Holiday Park. When I was a little kid, I would wade in the White River with my dad. Hello, Nash.
Hello.
Getting something to eat?
You hungry, Nash?
I'll get some mustard, Nash.
Hello, Nash. Hi, honey.
I'm looking over. How's that mustard?
What you eating? Got a mustard?
Literally went into the fridge, got mustard, and is walking back to his room. Like, how weird is
came
that?
out with a new song, if you guys were wondering. It's called Chasing the Sun.
Chasing the Sun.
Ooh.
Hillary Duff. New song.
Stop.
No, I swear. She came out with
Stop.
Hillary Duff from
Stop.
like Lizzie McGuire. Hillary Duff.
I know who
20
Hillary
hours.
Duff is.
New
Duff.
song.
So, apparently Hillary Duff.
Better than Sean
Off
TV.
topic.
You ready to say that?
He's being sarcastic.
Yeah, he is.
No, yeah, definitely. By the way, Sean is, I don't know if you guys heard that, but Sean is coming tomorrow and he's playing at the Kodak Theater or something like that. And I'm going to go and see him
Me too.
and all his fans. It's going to be crazy. It's crazy to see him like play at like some big stadium. It's exciting. Where was I?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bottom of page 54. When I was a little kid, I would wade in the White River with my dad, and there was always this great moment when he would throw me up in the air, just toss me away from him, and I would reach out my arms as I flew, and he would reach out his arms, and then we would both see that our arms were not going to touch, and no one was going to catch me, and it would kind of scare the shit out of me. Oh, it would kind of scare the shit out of both of us in the best possible way. And then I would legs flailing, that sounds like a name, like flailingly.
Oh, you know Ling Lee?
Oh, crap. Logged out. What book is that? Sounds good. It's The Fault in Our Stars, and we're on the top of page 55 if you guys want to, you know, read along or watch. I don't know. If you're bored. I love you too, Amber. And I love you, Ashley. Hey, Cam, Sean, Nash. Hey, Sandra Mesutio. Bruh. Visual. I love you, Madeline Dallas. Alright, let me get back to reading. Okay. You could thank me now. Alright. And it would kind of scare the shit out of both of us in the best possible way. And then I would legs flailingly hit the water and then come up for air uninjured, and the current would bring me back to him, as I said again. Again, Daddy, again. I pulled into the driveway right next to an old black Toyota sedan. I figured was Isaac's car. Carting the tank behind me, I walked up to the door. I knocked. Just Hazel, he said. Nice to see you. Wow. Alright. Just Hazel, he said. Nice to see you. Augustus said I could come over. Yeah, he and Isaac are in the basement. At which point, there was a wail from below. That would be Isaac, Gus's dad said, and shook his head slowly. Cindy had to go for a drive. The sound, he said, drifting off. Anyway, I guess you're wanted downstairs. Can I carry your, tank? He asked. Nah, I'm good. Thanks, though, Mr. Waters. Mark, he said. I was kind of scared to go down there. Listening to people howl in misery is not among my favorite pastimes, but I went. Hazel Grace, Augustus said as he heard my footsteps. Isaac, Hazel from support group is coming downstairs. Hazel. A gentle reminder. Isaac is in the midst of a psychotic episode. Augustus and Isaac were sitting on the floor in gaming chairs shaped like lazy L's, staring up at a gargantuan television. Gargantuan. Yeah, I know what that means, but
That's a gargantuan television.
Gargantuan television.
Interesting.
The screen was split between Isaac's point of view on the left and Augustus on the right. They were soldiers fighting in a bombed-out modern city. I recognized the place from The Prince of Dawn. As I approached, I saw nothing unusual, just two guys sitting in the light wash of a huge television, pretending to kill people. Only when I got parallel to them did I see Isaac's face. Tears streamed down his reddened cheeks in a continual flow. His face, a taut mask of pain. He stared at the screen, not even glancing at me, and howled, all the while pounding away at his controller. How are you, Hazel? Asked Augustus. I'm okay, I said. Isaac? No response. Not even the slightest hint that he was aware of my existence. Just the tears flowing down his face onto his black t-shirt. Augustus glanced away from the screen ever so briefly. You look nice, he said. I was wearing this just past the knees dress I had forever. Girls think they're only allowed to wear dresses on formal occasions. But I, like a woman who says, I'm going over to see a boy who's having a nervous breakdown. A boy whose connection to the sense of sight itself is tenuous. Is that?
Mm-hmm.
Tenuous. And gosh dang it, I'm going to wear a dress for him.
I like that.
And yet, I said, Isaac won't so much glance over at me. Too in love with Monica, I suppose, which resulted in the catastrophic sob. Bit of a touchy subject, Augustus explained. Isaac, I don't know about you, but I have the vague sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
The vague sense that we're being outflanked. And then back to me. Isaac and Monica are no longer a going concern. Ugh. Water.
Hurrah.
Oh, we got back up to 20. So we are at the top of page 57, guys, on The Fault in Our Stars, if you guys are following along.
John Green.
And I love you. Is there? Oh, which part of the book? I am on the top of page 57, The Fault in Our Stars. You guys are following along. And, yeah, I love you, Kia or Na. And James, thanks for the thumbs up. I love you, Sarah Velasco. And I'm going to continue reading now. Ready? Okay. I don't know about you, but I don't know about you, but I have the vague sense that we're being outflanked. And then back to me. Isaac and Monica are no longer a going concern, but he doesn't want to talk about it. He just wants to cry and play counterinsurgents too, the Prince of Dawn. Fair enough, I said. Isaac, I feel a growing concern about our position. If you agree, head over to that power station and I'll cover you. Isaac ran toward a nondescript building while Augustus fired a machine gun wildly in a series of quick bursts, running behind him. Anyway, Augustus said to me, it doesn't hurt to talk to him. If you have any sage words of feminine advice. I actually think his response was probably appropriate. I said, as burst of gunfire from Isaac killed from... That's such a weird sentence. I said, as a burst of gunfire from Isaac killed an enemy who'd peeked his head out from behind the burned-out husk of a picked-up...
It's a tongue twister.
I said, as a burst of gunfire from Isaac killed an enemy who'd peeked his head out from behind the burned-out husk of a pickup truck. Augustus nodded at the screen. Pain demands to be felt, he said, which was a line from Imperial Affliction. You're sure there's no one behind us? He asked Isaac. Moments later, tracer bullets started whizzing over their heads. Oh, God damn it, Isaac said. Augustus said, I don't mean to criticize you in your moment of great weakness, but you've allowed us to be outflanked, and now there's nothing between the terrorists and the school. Isaac's character turned... Ugh, I need some water. Yeah. Man, your mouth gets so dry when reading out loud. Ugh. Oh, God damn it, Isaac, Augustus said. I don't mean to criticize you in your moment of great weakness, but you've allowed us to be outflanked, and now there's nothing between the terrorists and the school. Isaac's character took off running toward the fire, zinging and zagging down a narrow alleyway. You could go over the bridge and circle back, I said, a tactic I knew about thanks to the Prince of Dawn. Augustus sighed. Sadly, the bridge is already under insurgent control due to questionable strategizing by my bereft cohort. Me? Isaac said, his voice breathy. Me? You're the one who suggested we hole up in the freaking power station. Is that a typo? No, we hole up. That makes sense, I'm sure. We hole up. We hole up in the freaking power station. Gus turned away from the screen for a second and then flashed his crooked smile at Isaac. I knew you could talk, buddy, he said. Now let's go save some fictional school children. That's one word.
I guess.
Together, they ran down the alleyway, firing and hiding at the right moments until they reached one story, single-room schoolhouse. They crouched behind a wall across the street and picked off the enemy one by one. Why do they want to get into the school? I asked. They want the kids as hostages, Augustus answered. His shoulder rounded over his controller, slamming buttons, his forearms taut, veins visible. Isaac leaned toward the screen, the controller dancing in his thin-fingered hands. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, Augustus said. The waves of terrorists continued, and they mowed down everyone. Their shooting astonishingly precise, as it had to be. At least they fired into the school. Lest they fire into the school. Grenade, grenade, Augustus shouted as something arced. Arced. Such an easy word.
Scream.
Oh. Grenade, grenade, Augustus shouted as something arced across the screen, bounced in the doorway of the school, and then rolled against the door. Isaac dropped his controller in disappointment. If the bastards can't take hostages, then just kill them and claim we did. Cover me, Augustus said, as he jumped from behind the wall and raced toward the school. Isaac fumbled for his controller and then started firing while bullets rained down on Augustus, who was shot once, then twice, but still ran. Augustus shouting, "You can't kill Max Mayhem!" And with a final flurry of button combinations, he dove onto the grenade, which detonated beneath him. His dismembered body exploded like a geyser and the screen went red. A throaty voice said, "Mission failure." But Augustus seemed to think otherwise as he smiled and his remains on the screen. No, I got this. But Augustus seemed to think otherwise as he smiled at his remnants on the screen. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a cigarette, and shoved it between his teeth. "Save the kids," he said. "Temporarily," I pointed out. "All salvation is temporary," Augustus shot back. "I bought them a minute. Maybe that's the minute that buys them an hour, which is the hour that buys them a year. No one's gonna buy them forever, Hazel Grace. But my life bought them a minute, and that's not nothing." "Whoa, okay," I said. Was that whoa, okay? No, it was like a whoa, okay, I said. "We're just talking about pixels." He shrugged, as if he believed the game might be really real. Isaac was wailing again. Augustus snapped his head back to him. "Another go at the mission, Corporal?" Isaac shook his head no. He leaned over Augustus to look at me, and through tightly strung vocal cords said, "She didn't want to do it after." "She didn't want to dump a blind guy," I said. He nodded. "The tears not like tears so much as a quiet metronome, steady." He nodded. "The tears not like tears so much as a quiet metronome, steady, endless." Wait, oh, he's blind now. Can he still cry? Apparently.
I'm not sure. It's a tough one.
I guess he can still cry. We are on page 60 if you guys just got here. We're at the mid-top, kind of. So, that sucks, being blind.
The worst.
Wow.
The worst.
I would be so, claustrophobic if I was blind. That'd just be the worst. I don't even know it. I'd rather be deaf.
Death for sure.
Yeah. But that does suck. Would you break up with him? If you were a girl and you went blind?
It's a tough relationship.
That's tough. Especially since they're so young, she probably thinks she can meet someone else like this who may not be the guy for her. But do you think it would change if he wasn't blind?
It's a good question. It's definitely a curveball.
But if he's blind, then how is he playing the game? Something to think about. I don't think. Unless he's not blind yet. I don't know. I'm not sure. Did it say that he went? Because didn't it talk about it in chapter 2? Like how he was going into the thing, but I don't know if it said.
I don't know if it got into that yet.
I'm not sure, but he still has one good eye. Oh, yeah. He's not blind yet. So he's not blind yet, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, he's not blind yet. I can't pay attention when the comments are blowing up. Just don't look at the comments then. He isn't blind yet. Okay, cool. I love you, Veronica. Alright, let's continue. "She didn't want to dump a blind guy," I said. He nodded. "The tears not like tears so much as a quiet metronome." Metronome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Steady. Metronome steady. Endless. "She said she couldn't handle it," he told me. "I'm about to lose my eyesight and she can't handle it." I was thinking about the word handle and all the unholdable things that get handled. "I'm sorry," I said. He wiped his sopping face with a sleeve. Behind his glasses, Isaac's eyes seemed so big that everything else on his face kind of disappeared. And it was just these disembodied floating eyes staring at me, one real, one glass. It's unacceptable, he told me. It's totally unacceptable. Well, to be fair, I said, I mean, she probably can't handle it, neither can you. But she doesn't have to handle it, and you do. Ooh, she said, it's not her problem, basically.
Should deal with it.
Yeah. I kept saying always to her today. Always, always, always. And she kept talking over me and not saying it back. It was like I was already gone, you know? Always was a promise. How can you just break the promise? Sometimes people don't understand the promises they're making when they're making them. When they make them, I said. Isaac shot me a look. Right, of course. You know, that's like a, right, of course. But you keep the promise anyway. That's what love is. Love is keeping the promise anyway. Don't you believe in true love? I didn't answer. I didn't have an answer. But I thought if true love did exist, that was a pretty good definition of it. Well, I believe in true love, Isaac said. And I love her, and she promised. She promised me always. He stood and took a step toward me. I pushed myself up, thinking he wanted a hug or something. But then he just spun around like he couldn't remember why he'd stood up in the first place. He swerved. And then Augustus and I both saw his rage settle into his face. Isaac, Gus said. What? You look a little, pardon the double entendre. Entendre? Pardon the double entendre, my friend, but there's something a little worrisome in your eyes. Suddenly, Isaac started kicking the crap out of his gaming chair, which somersaulted back towards Gus's bed. Here we go, said Augustus. Isaac chased after the chair and kicked it again. Yes, Augustus said. Get it. Kick the shit out of that chair. Isaac kicked the chair again until it bounced against Gus's bed, and then he grabbed one of the pills and started slamming it against the wall between the bed and the trophy shelf above. Augustus looked over at me, cigarette still in his mouth, and half smiled. I can't stop thinking about that book. I know, right? He never said what happens to the other characters. He never says what happens to the other characters? No, I told him. Isaac was still throttling the wall with the pillow. He moved to Amsterdam, which makes me think maybe he's writing a sequel featuring the Dutch Tulip Man, but he hasn't published anything. He's never interviewed. He doesn't seem to be online. I've written him a bunch of letters asking what happens to everyone, but he never responds. So, yeah. I stopped talking because Augustus didn't appear to be listening. Instead, he was squinting at Isaac. Hold on, he mumbled to me. He walked over to Isaac and grabbed him by the shoulders. Dude, pillows don't break. Try something that breaks. Isaac reached for a basketball trophy from the shelf above the bed and held it over his head as if waiting for permission. Yes, Augustus said. Yes! The trophy smashed against the floor, the plastic basketball player's arm splintering off, still grasping its ball. Isaac stomped on the trophy. Yes! Augustus said. Get it! Get it! Hey, get it! And then back to me. I've been looking for a way to tell my father that I actually sort of hate basketball. And I think we found it. I like him. He always finds something positive in everything. He finds something positive in everything. And we found it. The trophies came down one after the other, and Isaac stomped on them and screaming while Augustus and I stood a few feet away, bearing witness to the madness. The poor, mangled bodies of the plastic basketballers littered the carpet. Yes. The poor, mangled bodies of the plastic basketballers littered the carpet ground. Here, a ball palmed by a disembodied hand. There, two torsoless legs caught mid-jump. Isaac kept attacking the trophies, jumping on them with both feet, screaming, breathless, sweaty, until finally he collapsed on top of the jagged The jagged trophy remains. Augustus stepped toward him and looked down. Feel better? Damn it. My computer logged out. That was a long time until it logged out. Jeez. No. Isaac mumbled, his chest heaving. No. That's the thing about pain, Augustus said, and then glanced back at me. It demands to be felt. Whoa. Chapter 5. We shall read alone. But next week, Chapter 6. So what did you think?
That was a good chapter. We're getting somewhere.
Yeah. You're what?
I'm liking the development of characters.
Yeah. That was the funny part, like I can picture like maybe like Chris or like one of my friends like just freaking out and he'd be like, go for it. Like,
Right.
You wanna smash it, you wanna break
Let's
it,
smash every
like,
trophy.
let all your anger. I can picture you doing that.
I would
too,
do
like, you'd be like, oh, go for it.
Just go for it, dude.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Oh, I made it in the scene.
Yes!
What would you do if I threw this? That'd be too far. This, you just don't care. Like, I'd be like, yeah, throw whatever you want. I would throw the book, but kind of have to read it. What did you guys think? Can I get some questions or something of that nature? I love your voice. Thank you. She was talking to you.
I love your voice, too.
Questions about the book or anything? You guys want to comment? I'm looking at the comments.
My girl said thank you for the shout out.
Who's my girl?
My bad.
Comments? Any questions? Okay. It was good and I love you. I love you too. I missed everything. Alright, I'm sorry. I've been ready to read.
You've been on for 40 minutes.
And it doesn't feel like 40 minutes, huh?
Feels like we just got on.
I feel like I got faster at reading a little bit. But then I was actually like taking longer to read at the same time. It was weird. Did you see the movie? I haven't seen it yet. Well, what's my favorite part so far? Probably this part. This is funny.
I like this also.
This is like the first one that you can actually like picture that would be really funny. Like I would probably laugh my ass off. But then again, it's kind of sad because your friend's going blind.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like bittersweet. Can you say I love you, Ashley? I love you, Ashley. You should see the movie. It's great. The book is 100 times better. Well, books are usually always better just because they're so. To me, I feel like when you watch a movie, like it's up to you to make. Well, they show like the descriptive parts, and they take all creativity from you away.
In a book, it's your own.
And in a book, when they describe something, it's up to you to make the setting, basically.
Yeah, it's your interpretation.
And I think the movie always leaves out like some parts that are like impossible to film. Like in Harry Potter, I used to read Harry Potter, but like they left out a lot of stuff that was like crazy, and like they do some different parts, but yeah, the book is way better. Ah, you froze. I'm sorry. The movie made me cry. Who's my favorite? My favorite character is probably Augustus. That's him.
Who's a dog?
He's a beast.
Beast.
You can tell he pulled like
He's a beast.
He's a beast. You're improving on your reading. Thank you. Oh yeah, if you guys didn't know, I'm reading, and I started this whole book club not only to like have more time with you guys, but to like improve my reading and my pronunciation. Enunciation
Pronunciation is good.
And to like talk out loud. I haven't read in a while, so yeah. And it's for acting too, like when I'm reading scripts or like stuff like that. Any other questions? Are you excited for the Hunger Games? Oh yeah, I saw. Remember, we were watching Planet of the Apes. We saw a thing for it. All I see is a black screen. If you guys can see this, like, say something so I know, or if it's like freezing, I'm sorry. Is it black or is it loaded? Am I the only one who pays attention and just wants to hear Cam's voice? Okay. Oh crap, that was a good question, but I didn't read it all. Do you guys have any questions about the book or the chapter that we're in? Anything? The comments aren't working for me. Give it a little bit more time to load. The comments are like really crazy right now. What book just got here? We are reading The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, and we just finished chapter 4. My favorite part is the part that just came on, to answer that, with
Trophies.
yeah, and Augustus lets Isaac just destroy all of his trophies. What made you want to read the book? There's a lot of hype around it, so you interrupted my Netflix, my bad. I don't have questions, but your reading has improved a lot. Thank you. I appreciate it. Do you like the book so far? Yes. And if you guys are new to the book club thing, I do this every Tuesday, right? I'm supposed to upload a YouTube video. By the way, if you guys haven't seen that, go watch it. I got to spend the day with like my best friends, and like we did this slip and slide thing. It was really fun. But I upload a video every Monday, and then every Tuesday I do my book club, which is this. And do my Call Me Cam on Wednesdays, so tomorrow. So yeah. I'm going to go now, but I'm going to be on Twitter, charge my phone, so if you guys have any questions about the book club, you want to talk about the book club, hashtag Cam's Book Club, and I will be responding to people for like the next hour, just like on and off. But yeah, thanks for coming, guys. I love you, and thanks for everything. Yeah, so hashtag Cam's Book Club with any questions, any comments to make it better. Be sure to read chapter 5 by yourselves, and then next week we're going to read chapter 6. And yeah, bye guys. Love you.
Bye.
Oh, wait. Actually, I want to talk about something. Another reason why I wanted to start the book club is because, and I'm a product of this kind of, our generation is kind of like, not really, like moving, like stepping away from like, how do I explain it? Stepping away from reading. And reading adds like so much like imagination and creativity. And I mean, even me, like it helps your vocabulary. It helps like a lot of things all in one. And I kind of wanted to start the book club to not only help me, but help other people that want to start reading again. I wanted to try and get people into reading. So if you have a friend and you feel like they would like this or something like that, let them know. Every Tuesday, I do this. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Love you.
Bye, honey.
Dang, look how many coins I have. 345,000.
What can we do with them?
I don't know. All right. How do I end this? I love you, Angel. Yes.